Jeff Baker here with Seabreeze Computers. Here's how to make a ringtone for your iPhone using iTunes and then put it on your iPhone without checking sync tones, because you want to manually manage music on your iPhone and you don't want to sync music with your entire iTunes library. Here we go. Step 1. Create a ringtone. First, drag the MP3 music file that you want to use as a ringtone into iTunes if you haven't already done so. Next, you want to right-click on the MP3 file, or you may have to use Control+click for right-click if you're using iTunes on a Mac. And then click on Get Info. Next, click on the Options tab. Now, a ringtone can only be up to 40 seconds. So choose a start time and a stop time that is less than 40 seconds. In this case, we'll be using the first 10 seconds of the song. And then click OK. Now we want to right-click or use Control+click on the MP3 music file in iTunes, and we want to click on Create AAC Version. Now, Create AAC Version may not be there in certain versions of iTunes. If that's the case, then you want to just click once on the file, make sure that it's highlighted, and then you want to click on either Advanced and then Create AAC Version, or click on File, Convert, Create AAC Version. Now you'll see that iTunes has a second version of your MP3 music file, but it will only be 10 seconds long, or whatever time you put for it, a shorter ringtone time. Now we can take that file and right-click on it, or Control+click if you're using a Mac, and then click on Show in Windows Explorer or Show in Finder if you are using a Mac. Now we need to rename the file into a ringtone file with an M4R extension. So if you see the name of the song with .m4a, then right-click on it and select Rename. Click after the A, press backspace, change the A to an R, and press Enter. Now we have our ringtone file. Now, if you don't see .m4a after the file, we need to unhide extensions. So for that, in different versions of Windows, first you want to click on Start and type in Folder. And for Windows 7 or other versions, you want to click on Folder Options, and then click on the View tab and uncheck Hide Extensions for known file types and click OK. For Windows 10, you want to do the same thing. Click on Start, type in Folder. Instead of clicking on Folder Options, you'll click on Show Hidden Files and Folders tab and uncheck Hide Extensions for known file types and click OK. Then right-click on it and select Rename. Click after the A, press backspace, change the A to an R, and press Enter. Now we have our ringtone file. Step 2. Add the ringtone to iTunes. Now we want to drag that M4R file that we created into iTunes. Now here is where it is easy to make a mistake. It seems normal to try and drag the file into the iPhone tones folder. But if you drag it there, then the MP3 file or the M4R file will appear grayed out in iTunes. And you won't be able to use it or see it in the iPhone itself. Instead, we need to drag the ringtone into the iTunes library first. So if you're viewing the iPhone tones folder, what you want to do is click on the back arrow until you're in your iTunes library and songs, and then you can change the music folder to the tones folder. And there is where you want to drag the M4R file. Another way to make sure that the ringtone is added to iTunes library is to first unplug your iPhone from the computer that you're using, then minimize iTunes and just double click that M4R ringtone and it will start playing. You can pause that. And now if you change from your music folder to your tones folder, you'll see that that new ringtone is in that folder. Now you can plug your iPhone back into the computer and wait for it to appear. Now if you take that new ringtone file that is in the iTunes library tones folder and click on it and hold your mouse button and scroll, drag it slightly to the left, you'll see that your devices pops up, and you can then drag that file directly onto your iPhone there and release the mouse button, and it will now be on your iPhone. So click on your iPhone icon and go down to On My Device, and under that click on Tones, and you'll see that the ringtone is now there and it's no longer grayed out, and now that ringtone will appear in your iPhone and you'll be able to use it as a ringtone.